is I will now start my second half of the walk from this section of the station, from the window overlooking the St. George Valley again. The sign here says the restoration of Dunhill Signal Station in 1982. Here's some photos here. And here are some weapons that were used. Yeah. This is the Victoria Cross, founded by Queen Victoria in 1856. And this is the military history of Barbados. An old photo of the military in Barbados. And this is the history of the Royal Scot Fusiliers and the Royal Berkshire Regiment and the Connaught Rangers. Overlooking the St. George Valley. The fertile St. George Valley. And the south in the background, you can see southeasterly from here and southwesterly from here. We can see the former Buckley Sugar Factory, which no longer operates. It ceased operation in 2002. So the only working sugar factory in Barbados now is Port Vale, which is in the northwestern end of the island in the parish of St. George. So Buckley stands there along the St. George Valley. That is a part of the St. George Valley. Buckley is spelled B-U-L-K-E-L-E-Y. Many people spell it as B-U-C-K-L-E-Y, but it is spelled B-U-L-K-E-L-E-Y. Buckley. Buckley. That is where my grandmother from my father's side used to work, at Buckley's plantation. We can see also boarding hall in St. George, which is on the border with St. George and Christchurch. We can see Christchurch in the background, where Coral Ridge is, all up to the airport in Christchurch, where those big white balls are, those big white round balls in Christchurch, and a place called Hopefield, between Hopefield and Charnock. This is the district opposite the airport. We can see all the Windsor Road in St. George as well. And all the Dash Valley on the border of St. George. Just coming from Macpill, heading towards St. George Secondary School. St. George Secondary School is located in Constant, St. George. It was established in 1972. You can see all of the St. George Parish Church in the Glebe, St. George. It is the second oldest place of worship in Barbados. It was established in 1641 and rebuilt in 1784. It is more Georgian and less Gothic. So it doesn't have the Gothic pointed arch windows like most Anglican churches here in Barbados do, that have the Georgian windows, which is the round windows. You can see all of the Psalters where the lodge is. The new Masonic Lodge, which was established in 2007. It was built to replace all the lodges in Barbados. So all the Masons meet there. You see all the Walkers and Glebe, St. George. And here's an old map of the world from 1678. And here is the revisiting Gun Hill in on the 29th of April 1992. And this is Prince Edward planting a 6-year malachite tree, Pomarock, at Gun Hill Signal Station, St. George, on Sunday, March 1st, 1987. Closer view of the photo. This is Prince Edward. This is the kitchen at Gun Hill. These are the equipment that was used. This is the stove, the oil stove. View again from the window. And this is the equipment that was used. These are the equipment. This is the equipment that was used. This is the jacking board we used to wash the clothes on. This is the bowls and the cups, the iron, and I'm not sure what this is. But now this is the kerosene oil lamp, and this is the glass jars here at top here. Inside the Gun Hill Signal Station was open to the Right Honorable John Michael Jeffrey Manningham Adams, Queen's Counsel, Member of Parliament, on the 24th of November 1982. We in Barbados refer to him as Tom Adams, but his name is John Michael Jeffrey Manningham Adams, and it was restored by the Barbados National Trust. The sign says the Barbados National Trust, Building of Historic Interest. Heading up the stairs now. We'll look at the pathway to the signal station from the deck and the snacket and so on. Some more panoramic views. We're looking to St. Thomas, which is another central parish. You can see all the Cuthbert Moore School, which is at Market Hill in St. George. Cuthbert Moore Primary School in Market Hill. You can see out to the Market Hill area. This area is in close proximity to Market Hill. So you can see Market Hill clearly and operates. This is a part of St. George North, and Market Hill and operates in that part of St. George North as well. We can see the chimney for the former operates plantation, which later became the West Indies Records Limited, WIRL, that used to produce records for soca music, calypso music, reggae music, ska music, and rocksteady music, and local spools music, and former Barbadian ballads by Karen Leacock, and my father, who was also a singer, Satchmore, is my father. He used to do records there as well, back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And then no operates became we went from Operates Plantation and Sugar Factory to West Indies Records Limited, and is now the Barbados Packaging Industries. And T&T Renters also occupy the space in there as well. We can see out to St. Thomas by the antenna, where CBC antenna is in Sturgis, all out to Harrison's Cave in area in St. Thomas, all out to Hopewell and Ashford Long Road in St. Thomas, all out to Bridgefield and Vaultloose in St. Thomas. We can see Grandview Heights and Shop Hill. We can see the Warren's Business and Commercial Area, which is the city away from the city. Those big buildings are. This is the Warren's Business and Commercial Area. And we can see out the layers where the Chefette warehouse is. Chef Foods Limited. The guy who owns Chefette is not a Barbadian. His name is John Hollow. Assad John Hollow. He's a Trinidadian national, but he set up his restaurants in Barbados, and they're all exclusive to Barbados. But I think his son runs the business now. So the Chefette warehouse is located at Lears and St. Michael, which is in close proximity to the Warrens area, along Jackman's Main Road, heading towards St. Thomas. That is the access. That is the road to St. Thomas. If you're coming from town, if you're coming from the turning side, you can use that road. How does it turning? So this is the back of Chef Foods, and next to the Chef Foods will be the new ice cream parlor for Chefette, which is Chefette, which is Frosty's, or something like that. So we can see the Warrens business and commercial area, which is nearby. Where these tall buildings are. Warrens is known as a city away from the city. You can see the Roberts Manufacturing Company at Lower Estate in St. George. And next door to Roberts Manufacturing will be Suntours, which is the bus company. And these are some cannons here. These are some fields here. Some fields. Back at the Market Hill, St. Helens area. And into the parish of St. Thomas, which is also nearby. The sign given the signal stations of Barbados. Page taken from the 1854 almanac showing signals at Highgate. And this is a view from Dover Fort in St. Peter. This is Grenade Hall, also in St. Peter. Cotton Tower in St. Joseph, Highgate in St. Michael, and Moncrief on the border with St. John and St. Philip. Higher view now, overlooking the St. George Valley. Basically, Gun Hill is supposed to be 700 feet above sea level. We're overlooking the southwestern part of the island at the present moment. The Hilton Hotel and the Central Bank of Barbados, Lower Estate, Charles River Bridge, Glebe, and St. George Parish Church, St. George Secondary School, Butley Factory, and so on. The land just below. And this is all. I think this is a reservoir or some weather station here. I think it is. Path to the signal station. The signal station here. You see the land sculpture, which is just below here, which was carved by an officer at the station with the name of Captain Henry Wilkinson. It's almost like a drone shot of Barbados, overlooking the southwest coast, southeast now, towards Old Berry Woods in St. Philip, Gemswick also in St. Philip, and Foul Bay also in St. Philip, and Mangrove as well, St. Philip. You can see up to the airport where those big white round balls are, which is just opposite the airport in a place called Hopefield.